As-salamu Aleikum and welcome back to Deen and Chai. If you're new around here, I make different videos on Deen over a cup of chai. My cup is empty today because it's Ramadan. If you're interested in staying connected, don't forget to hit subscribe and join the family, inshallah. So here we are at the beginning of Ramadan. Ramadan Mubarak, everyone. So things are a little different this Ramadan, while many of us are practicing social distancing and staying home. For a lot of us, Ramadan is usually a very social month. Between all the Iftar gatherings, late night prayers in the mosques, different religious events, there's usually a lot of interaction that happens with people. So how do we keep the spirit of Ramadan alive when we are staying home? Let's talk about different ideas and things that we can do to try to keep that energy going, inshallah. Hosting a virtual iftar. This could be with family or friends who are living in the same city or country as you and who are breaking their fast around the same time as you. So you might consider collectively video chatting each other and breaking your fast together. And you can make it special, make it unique, make it your own. For example, maybe you create some digital invitations for a group of people. Include a verse from the Quran or Hadith, each person's name, time and date, of course, and maybe even a short schedule of events so people know what to expect and so that you also make it a productive and beneficial gathering. For example, you might say 7 p.m. is when guests should arrive virtually. So you'll have your welcome time at that time. And then 7:10 to 7:20 p.m. you have a dua before iftar. 7:20 p.m. is adhan. Someone either does the adhan or plays the adhan and you all break your fast. You could even set the menu here and say dates and water. So everyone knows to come ready with dates and water and everyone is having the same thing together. And then it's Maghrib prayer. You all break off individually and go and pray Maghrib and then come back. And 7:40 p.m. food is served. You could also decide to set the menu here again, maybe attaching a short recipe where everyone makes the same dish, so you collectively eat the same thing and feel more of a sense of community, trying out the same thing. And then by 8 p.m., you're all having tea and you're catching up, you're checking in with each other, seeing how everyone is doing for maybe half an hour or so. And then at 8:30 p.m., you end the gathering, reciting a few pages of Quran together. So this is just an example of how you can add your own twist to it, make it unique, put some effort into the planning. The same way that you would plan and prepare and so on, if you had an iftar gathering at your house, try to prepare and make it special so that it feels unique. It feels like it's a special time, it's a special month. There is a beauty in doing things collectively with others. For example, Taraweeh prayers in the masjid in Ramadan. A lot of us really look forward to those night prayers. There is a beautiful energy that comes with it because so many people are doing it, the vibe, the energy, the happiness that fills the mosques in Ramadan and during Taraweeh. Now that around the world, mosques are closed and people are praying at home, the energy is different. So how can we try to recreate that energy in our homes? Firstly, if you do have other people in your household, then try to make it a nightly thing where you pray Taraweeh all together. The second thing, if you don't have other people in your household, try to connect with a group of your friends or family. It doesn't have to be too many people. It could be 3 people, it could be 5 people, but together find something that you all want to do on a daily basis in Ramadan. The most common, for example, is reciting Quran. So plan something with this group. If it is reciting Quran, make a plan for the month. Set a daily time, maybe an hour, that you will all collectively gather virtually and recite together. Maybe read 2 pages and then alternate. The next person reads 2 pages and so on. So set that commitment with a group so that you motivate each other and you try to together bring that energy up. And it doesn't have to be reciting a Quran. It could be a religious text you're all interested in reading. It could be lectures you're all interested in watching together and learning from together. So find something that you all collectively want to do together and then make it a daily thing, inshallah. Join lectures. There are different mosques and different organizations working on all kinds of virtual events for the month of Ramadan. The beauty here is that now you have access to attend lectures that you didn't have access to attend before. You could be on one side of the world and attending a lecture on the other side of the world. And there are so many options out there for the month of Ramadan, inshallah. So take advantage of that. See what is out there. Take some time to look into the various online events that are taking place in Ramadan. Maybe you have a favorite scholar that you love listening to. Look to see if he or she has various online lectures happening during Ramadan. So put some time into doing a little bit of research at the beginning of Ramadan and schedule it into your month. Plan out your month. Write it down. Have a calendar of events that you're planning to attend, inshallah, so that you know ahead of time, these are all the lectures I'm interested in and these are when they are happening, and inshallah I'll plan to attend those throughout the month, inshallah, and feel a sense of community. Next, have a reflection time or personal time. Have a committed time to yourself every day. If you have other family members or roommates at home, let them all know that this is your time. Or even have everyone in your household take part as well and have their own individual time at the same time. So plan, for example, every day between 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. is personal reflection time. Use that time to reflect on your Ramadan on a daily basis. What have your activities been today? What have you been practicing? What would you like to improve? And then decide, how will I be using my personal time as productive time, inshallah, today to accomplish my goals? Whether it is reading more Quran, listening to a lecture. So have that uninterrupted time, inshallah, every day so that you have a daily check-in and a daily chance to work towards accomplishing your goals for Ramadan. And lastly, think about others. There are different groups in the community that might be hit harder than others during this Ramadan. For example, there are some people that rely on the iftars that happen at mosques during Ramadan. Now that the mosques are closed, these people have the extra burden on them of now trying to figure out how they are going to be able to put food on the table for themselves and for their families. So ask about these people. If you know some of them, put some time and effort, inshallah, into having food or groceries delivered to them to help them out a little bit. And if you don't know anyone, ask your local mosques or organizations and have them direct you towards these people. A second group is converts. Ramadan can be a lonely time for converts as it is. Many converts rely on the iftars that happen in mosques and the different events that happen in mosques to be able to connect with people who are also fasting and going through Ramadan and so on. Now that they don't have this option, many of them are experiencing Ramadan in households with other people who are not experiencing Ramadan and might even be bringing them down. So make it a point to reach out to any converts that you know, host virtual iftars with them, have daily check-ins or weekly check-ins, weekly reflection times with them. Make them feel that they have a family and they have a sense of community even when the mosques are closed. And the last group I wanted to talk about is mosques themselves. Many mosques are able to pay their monthly expenditures through the donations that they get from their community after prayers, during events, during Ramadan. So as part of your sadaqah throughout this month, consider your local mosques that might be struggling right now. So this is just an example of a few groups that we can look out for this Ramadan. Inshallah, we can make this Ramadan a beneficial one for ourselves and for our community, inshallah. If you have any other suggestions or ideas for this Ramadan, please leave a comment below so that inshallah we can all benefit from it, inshallah. As-salamu Aleikum.